Let's get right to our Gio Insignares live at the post fire.
And Gio is in the community of Good Hope, where there are still some evacuations. Gio?
That's right, Pat. Juan, good evening to you guys. Those evacuations we'll get to in a second. I'll walk through with them, for you in just a moment. But first, noting the conditions out here, windy and smoky. Those are the top two things you notice out here as crews have been dealing with this fire. Take a look. This is the most active portion of the scene. We've noticed a handful of fire engines, a majority of crews, in fact, leaving out behind us in just the last half hour. But off there, you notice the peaks of red, a couple of engines still likely on the scene there as well, dealing with fires and smoke still billowing itself into the air as well. And something else that's worth pointing out is structures being burned and burned down, at least when you take a look at SkyCal footage, what appeared to be trailers, possibly one home dealing with these flames. Now we're waiting for official confirmation from fire officials on those numbers. They haven't told us yet in terms of how many structures exactly have burned, but that's what we noticed so far from SkyCal. As far as other information with the post-fire, we know it's 130 acres burned, just about 20% contained as well. It's according to CAL FIRE and Riverside County Fire Department. It also started just before 4 this afternoon, so this is something a lot of people have been dealing with for hours. Fortunately, no injuries have been reported so far, but because of that wind shift, something we've been talking about all day, evacuation orders have been issued for these spots. Let's run through them for you. That is south of San Jacinto Ave and Santa Rosa Mine Road, west of West 4th Street and Highway 174, east of La Barranca and El Nido Road, north of Eucalyptus Ave. And meantime, evacuation warnings are still in place for north of El Toro Cutoff Road, south of Rocky Hills Road, west of Highway 74, and east of El Toro Road. There's also a care and reception center that's been set up at the middle school nearby on South A Street. That's about 5 miles east of here as we take you out live, and we'll pan over to the right if we can here just a second. You notice some more crews making their way down the street here as a group of families, some other people we've been talking to off camera, say they're just waiting to get back to their homes. Their homes are safe, but they were walking through us with some videos, some photos from earlier in the day where you can see more clearly, and just calls back and forth of, hey, have you seen the smoke? Have you seen what this fire is going on? And they've been waiting patiently to get back to their homes right now. But as we sort of wrap it up from the scene here, notice more crews making their way down. It's been very active this last half hour or so since we've arrived to the scene, but certainly something that's not going to stop anytime soon because, as we mentioned, 20% containment. Crews will still be working to get a handle on this fire. But for the most part so far, at least from our vantage point, it seems that that is certainly well on its way in terms of progress. One more note before we let you go. We do want to mention that animals can be dropped off at the San Jacinto Animal Shelter that's located at 581 South Grand Ave. You'll forgive me for the noise that's happening behind us, but that just gives you a sort of perspective as to what we're dealing with right now, what crews are dealing with right now. Families waiting to get back home and still trying to get a handle on this fire. So guys, I'll send it back to you in studio for now.
All right, we'll keep watching the post fire. Gio, thank you.